Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. Uh, and basically, hopefully now that what's it called? My battery doesn't drain as fast because I'm streaming on a new, different device is much newer, it's much more better. It's not well, it's the device I literally just released after that phone. But anyways, now I could finally use this phone as my flash phone. So obviously I'd use this phone sometimes, albeit just like the iPhone 5S. So basically how I used to do it. Basically, if you guys remember, if you guys tuned in before, like my previous streams, when I had iOS 9 installed on this iPhone 6S, basically I'll just use it as a flash phone because that's like there's not much you could do in iOS 9, but I like iOS 9 anyways because nowadays it's really rare to find. I've actually still got iOS 9 on another device. So, anyways. I would stream on the iPhone 5S, which sometimes the stream would go really laggy because the phone would get really hot. But obviously now, I'm streaming on a much newer device. It's not really gonna get hot. So this is the phone. This phone still streams fine. Like if I wanted to stream right now, I could go on this phone and do it. But obviously I'm doing it off a newer phone, which is a little bit better. I have upgraded my phone. This phone is 16 gigabytes. That's why I would stream most of the time. I would record some videos here and there, but mostly stream because and a little bit of pictures, but not too many because I know my storage is going to get full really quickly. That's why I've got online storage, but only 5 gigs. And every single time I launch photos, it always tells me that 5 gigs of online storage is full. So I need to get upgrade it to 1 terabyte of 500. I'm fine with 500 for a phone because I don't know. There's not that much to really do on a phone. I mostly use it, more console. But anyways, yeah. So 16 gigabytes in phone memory or any memory, even if it's Windows memory, like even if it's a hard drive or phone, not good. Okay, it's not enough. I've always had issues with 16 gigabytes because every game I would try to install. Well, not every game. The first few games they go by good, but then when I would record some long videos and stuff, not probably like 5-6 minutes, my storage would get full really quickly. Obviously, because it also 60 frames, but I want to record at good quality as well. So I do record at 1080p at 60 frames on this phone. I do stream at a lower resolution and I lower the frames because I don't want to overheat this phone. This phone doesn't really get hot. It gets a teeny weeny bit warm, just like this phone right now that I'm streaming on. And guess what, guys? This phone here should have. Now I'm not sure if the microphone is working. I'm hoping it is because I just cleaned it. I just cleaned the microphone, and the selfie camera does look to be more HD. So you might enjoy that. But basically you might see the phone. This is the phone right now. I'm gonna show you guys the phone. I know what you're probably gonna say. Why is the screen all cracked? That's because I didn't do that. I bought the phone, the screen was already cracked. That also means I bought a second hand. But trust me, right? This phone was a 32. This phone right now is 32 gigabytes. My iPhone 5S is also 32 gigabytes. All my other phones though, they're all 16. I'm not sure about the iPad, but I know my other phones here, they're all 16, and only 1 or 2 of them is 32. Now, I will be getting a screen replacement for this phone here. You may have noticed. You may have noticed already that all of my phones, or most of my phones you see here, I'll show you right now. So the iPhone 5. Well, hold on, horizontal. The iPhone 5 that I used to feature in my older videos, like I recorded back in 2017, 2018. Because, obviously back then I used a iPhone 5 as my flash phone. Now, I still got the iPhone 5. I got the 5S. I'm not sure if I really need an SE, but, anyways, though. Let me flip the camera. Let me just show you guys this. So, these two phones, just from the top, they look like literally just the same. They look very identical. But when you just go a little bit down, you probably noticed the home buttons. Yes. The iPhone 5 was the last ever iPhone to have a home button like that without Touch ID. I do like this home button, and I can tell the screen is not a replacement because if it was, I can tell straight away because This 5S has a replaced screen. The home button was really loose when I first started pressing on the home button. Now I fixed that issue myself because I've taken the screen off, did that, fixed the home button. It stayed like that for not that long, and then the home button went back to being loud and very clicky again. It didn't really feel like a firm click, so it kind of felt like a loose click, if you know what I mean. So the button itself felt quite loose, It didn't feel like it was a firm. It was just holding on firm. Now it kind of does, but kind of doesn't, because obviously it's a replacement. It's not the same quality, but this phone screen itself is really good. I can live with the phone screen. It's honestly, it's really good. It looks like the original phone screen, to be honest. I'm not sure whoever bought this phone screen from whatever website. They did a great job buying the phone screen. I will take a look at the company that made the replacement screen for this phone because it's pretty good. I'm not sure if they do it for the newer phones, but I know that they do it for the older phones. Because with the older phones, if they make the screens nowadays, even if a company makes a screen for this kind of phone, even today, the quality is going to be even better because. Yes, the pixel count is going to be the same, but quality and stuff. Obviously, as technology and time goes, it's gonna keep. What's it called? Hold on. I go for food, so I need to make this really quick. Basically, as time and stuff move on, as the future comes, basically. Screens are getting better. Screens are always enhancing, and and connections are getting better. So obviously, yeah. So that's that, and obviously, as you can probably see, that my iPhone 6s is actually bigger than these two phones. Now, iPhone 5, I haven't booted this in a long time. It's been about, I don't know, when was the last time I was on this phone? It was probably it must have been 2018, 2019, that kind of time. So when I used to record with my Samsung tablet, or when I first started recording with this phone. But then I moved to this phone, because I had this phone for quite long. But obviously I downgraded to the 5. So basically, let me tell you guys, my first ever phone was a 5C. Then I downgraded to the 5 because because back then I wanted a 5S because I just loved the design and the Touch ID. But obviously there was no Touch ID. I never knew there was a such thing as an iPhone 5. So I got it. I was like, "Oh, amazing, iPhone 5S." Then got told it wasn't an iPhone 5S. It was an iPhone 5. I was still cool with it though because I do like this kind of phone, and this is the original screen because the home button feels firm. The phoning speaker is really good. The selfie camera, I can tell it's original, and so basically the entire screen looks like it's never been smashed before. Whoever had this phone before me did a really good job. This phone must have been a brand new phone. I don't know what happened to it, but basically this is an amazing phone. I used to play a lot of games on this thing, and I still love it. So this hardware is literally from 2012, and it's perfect, literally. So a brand new iPhone from any year, if you just get it out the box, it's gonna perform perfect. It may be a little laggy on startup. That's just because maybe the memory is too old or something. Or loading is just degraded over time of no use, or the battery is just doing its thing and warming up the phone and stuff and whatnot. So the 5S, pretty good phone as well. I don't really use it for streaming anymore because I don't stream on this. Not as much as I used to, I guess. I did recently. I did stream on this phone, but that was literally because this phone died and I had to stream on this one, and this phone died. Then I charged this one and started, went back here and streamed again. So I keep my phone in really, really good condition. I always make sure it never falls out my hand because I don't go on my phones all that much, but I don't want the phone to fall out my hand because. But obviously my friend's phone, which he gave me, this one right now I'm streaming on, the screen was all smashed because he kept dropping his phone. Not when I was there. It's just I guess it kept slipping out of his hand. So that's what happens if you have no screen protector versus with a screen protector. Now, obviously, no screen protector is just, your phone is very vulnerable to even the lightest kind of breaks. So even I don't drop this phone, but I still have a screen protector just in case I have this phone like laying somewhere one day, and then this phone slips and it lands on the screen. I always need to have a screen protector, because on any phone, even my first phone here, my iPhone 5 here, you can't really tell on stream, but it does have a screen protector because it's fitted so perfectly on there. Even the 5S, the 5S also has a screen protector. It is a bit, I've not dropped the phone. I think something fell on the phone. Oh wait, I remember what happened. Yeah, basically, I had this phone balancing there one day, right, with the screen protector all intact, and then this one slipped, and then that happened. But it doesn't really affect my performance on the phone. Like my performance is still fine on the phone. The only phone I don't have though is the SE, and that phone basically has the parts of an iPhone 6s, but just in the body and form of the 5 and 5s. So imagine if Apple ever made iPhone SE, but in the shape and form of the iPhone 5C, which I've got just out of shot there. But yeah, so iPhone SE is pretty good. I'm just gonna check if this phone's microphone is picking my voice up properly. Hold on a minute. The camera though is really, really great of this phone. I really like it because if you see the background blur, look at this. It focuses way better than the iPhone 6s can. Or what I mean by that is it updates the focus a little more better. So it would just kind of slowly move in the focus, and then if I move out, obviously if it doesn't, then obviously it's just because I'm shaking too much and the phone just can't see the light properly. But I'm gonna quickly just go on YouTube. I'm just gonna check though. I'm just gonna see if it's over there or not. Good, it does definitely. Oh wait, somebody did comment. Oh wait, I didn't even see it on this stream. Yeah, I never noticed. Right. I'm gonna go for my food, so I have to I shouldn't take that long anyways. My phone right now is running on 11. Oh shit, 1%. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Oh, I was standing on the charger. Hold on a minute before my phone dies. I also cleaned the female port, so it should charge properly. Alright, the phone is now on charge. So, you probably even see that the phone is on charge right there. Need to be right back. But yeah, I will work on this hard drive. Basically, it was kind of a RAM issue because, it wasn't really registering correctly. But I told a lot of people in my school, though, my hard drive is all corrupted. But I'll see now if it does boot or not, because hoping it does come back to life. And it was just, I'm hoping that the RAM was the only issue. If not, then obviously I've got my other hard drive ready, so I can use that instead. But obviously it's going to be a right pain to get all my stuff back and tweak Windows how it was, because I always forget the details of my account as well, because I never keep up with the details of my Windows local account. I mean, if I do guess it, and if I do get into my account, then that was really good of me. That was a first try good guess and stuff, but obviously if not, then I'm not sure. So anyways, I need to be right back, so yeah, see you guys in just a bit. Hey guys, I'm back, and also one other feature about this phone. The fuck? One other feature about this phone. I'm not sure if you guys just heard that. I'm not sure if that was a ghost or whatever, but my door just like kind of squeaked there. Did a weird squeak. So basically, guys, another great feature about this phone. You may know what phone I'm using until I just tell you right now. Now, I'm gonna let you guys get a guess. It is definitely an iPhone, because I have a little bit, I've got a little bit of experience with Android, because that's what I started off with. My first ever phone was an Android, and then I moved up to my first ever iPhone, which was the 5C, and then I just carried on from then. And that was only in like 20. When was that? That was that was legit ages ago, man. That was like what? 2014, 2015. Must have been somewhere newer. I don't know. It was like 2014, 2015, I think. I got my first ever iPhone. But yeah, so I think I got it in a box. I'm pretty sure it was in a box. And if you're wondering the color of the phone, it was like a pinkish orange color. It was that color. Then what I did was, I had that phone, right? I still have the original casing, because it is the original part, so why not keep it? And I went to the phone shop and they charged me 40 quid to get the blue casing on it. I smelled the blue casing. It smelled like spit for some reason. I don't know why. That's probably some chemical they use in the plastic. I'm not too sure, but there was probably some chemical that smelled like spit, even though it probably wasn't. But I'm hoping it wasn't. Yeah. So this phone, I'm pretty sure, has a little bit better battery life than the iPhone 6s, because I don't know. I hope the battery doesn't drain. Also, the battery life, or the battery health, is 89%, which is a little bit better than my iPhone 6s, because the one on my iPhone 6s, because I put a lot of stress through it sometimes, and that the stress from the heat when the phone gets really hot generates to the battery, and the battery, it makes the battery worse, so it degrades faster. So basically, to make it degrade way slower, you need to have the battery basically cold. Or don't put too much stress through your phone. If you're going to be live stream at a low bit rate. Even if it has to be 360p, you can live stream at that, because any hardware can handle that. Even an old Windows 95 PC can handle that, I'm pretty sure. But something like 1080p is a bit too much for the battery. So, 1080p, but at very low bit rate and at 30 frames, I think that might be fine. But I live stream a little bit lower than that, because now the kilobits per second, the bit rate, I have that a little bit high, so I like to have mine high. I like to make mine like a video, basically. But it's a live video, so happening in real life, happening in real time and real life, obviously. But yeah, so this iPhone I have, I was going to tell you the feature. I completely forgot. What's it called? I cleaned out the ports and stuff, so that's why the phone is performing way better. The phoning speaker, oh my god, the stereo in the phoning speaker is so good. This phone, it does do stereo. Basically, the main speaker, obviously, and then the phoning speaker together at the same time, because this chip is a quad-core chip, just like my laptop. And I've seen the gigahertz core clock. It is clocked at 2.34 gigahertz, which is very close to my laptop's processor clock speed, which is honestly pretty good. And the crazy thing is that the processors are basically very, very similar to each other, because the one in this phone right now is a quad core. The one on my PC is also a quad core, and the gigahertz clock speed is very close as well. It's crazy. Like, I thought at least it would be 1.90 gigahertz or something like that, because that's what today's processor speeds will be like. But I don't know though. But yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, so, and also the crazy thing is that in this laptop, AMD A10, in this phone, Apple A10 Fusion, which is crazy because they're both both chips are A10s, and both chips can do both chips are quad core, and both chips can do very similar gigahertz, and both chips are clocked at very close gigahertz too. So it's just crazy, honestly. Crazy to just see it, man, honestly. But yeah, so this phone is pretty much gonna be like my laptop, but I was thinking the first day when I got the phone, I could just install Windows, but I don't know. I do like to use this phone caseless just because of the design. I love the design. And obviously, yeah, the microphone is literally, it can pick up a lot of audio. This phone does not have a headphone jack. You have to get an adapter for it. Now, you probably guess what phone that is, just by hearing two keywords: Apple A10 Fusion and no headphone jack. You probably know that on an iPhone. You probably know what exact iPhone that is if you're like me. If you do your research and shit, you probably know what iPhone that is. But this one is a 32 gigabyte. But my friend told me he got the memory to be 2 terabytes. Now, back then, Apple wasn't doing a terabyte in a phone anyways. They wasn't even doing 500 gigabytes. They were only doing, the maximum was, I believe it was 128 or it was 256 gigabytes. But that was probably in the newer phones. But yeah, in a phone, that's crazy. It's really crazy how, just to see over time technology just developing more and more. I like it. It's really good. So I'm going to put these phones back because I'm not using them right now. iPhone 6s, I might be using that as my flash phone. And yeah. So, iPhone 6s, I'm pretty sure that has a dual core processor, because when I checked on this website about this phone's specs, the website said it was Apple's first ever time with a quad core chip, making a quad core chip in a phone, in their phone. So that tells me that my iPhone 6s has got a dual core processor, and this phone I'm currently on right now has got a quad core processor. Because if this is Apple's first time doing that, then obviously it will make me think that all of my other devices are all dual core. Well, obviously they kind of are, but I don't know. The iPhone 6s is, even being dual core, is still really powerful. But not as powerful as this phone, because it's still powerful for my everyday use. I use it for YouTube, right? YouTube loads really nicely because of the 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 2 gigabytes of RAM is pretty much in most iPhones or every iPhone. In the newer ones, there should be more RAM, because the more RAM you have, the better. Anyway, yeah, RAM in phone memory or hard drive memory. 16 gigabytes in hard drive or phone memory, not good. Not really for my use that much. But if you're the memory I would recommend in phone is 32 gigabytes. Probably not in a hard drive, because in the hard drive I do expect to have 500 gigabytes or more. Or even 320, that's fine. Or even 120, that's still fine. But I can't go any lower than 120 or 160. But yeah, this basically, phone wise, I would have 32 gigabytes, because my iPhone 5s, the experience I had on there, with the 32 gigabytes of memory, is honestly really good, and it's a lot of free space for a lot of stuff. I had a lot of apps on that phone, and I also recorded lots of videos and photos, which took up 15.6 gigabytes, I believe it was. But now on my newer phones, what I do is I be a little bit more efficient with my stuff, and I basically, any screen recordings I do for my friend or anything, I go to my storage and I delete them, because I want to have more space on my phone. I want to have more space, and I like it. So for 32 gigabytes, I don't really have to switch back to the iPhone 5s anymore. I still like that phone though. But I do like this phone as well, because this phone actually blends in with the dark as well, and it's got a nice metal back to it, which I really like, because with the next version of this phone, it looks exactly like this phone, It had the exact same features of this phone, kind of. Well, maybe a little bit more updated, but it was basically this phone with a glass back, literally it. But yeah, so I'm now going to be eating my food. I like how my frames per second are kind of solid, mostly solid. And now it's dropping on 29. Now it's going back to 30. Now it's going back to 29. Now it's going back to 30. Why does it keep making me say things? Oh my gosh. My kilobits per second is kind of all over the place, but yeah, that's just my... Yeah, let's see how this phone sees my extender. Because my iPhone 6 kind of sees it as not so much flashing lights. Let's see about this phone. It could just be because of the camera or something. Let's see now. No, same thing like the iPhone 6s, kind of. But basically, what's it called? I'll go close to it now. Hold on, how much percent is my phone? 7%, alright, that's probably enough. Basically, I'll go close to it and go vertical for only for 3 seconds. Look at this. Right. I'm not going to have that out of charge for too long, because then the battery's going to start draining. Yeah, I wonder what my friend did to keep his battery like not overheating and shit. He must have replaced it or did something, because, you know, why would it be so good then? 89% is fine enough. The minimum I can go is 87, which is on my phone here. But what's it called? You could only check battery health with the newer versions of iOS. Not really. I don't think you could do with iOS 12 or maybe 13. But yeah. Alright. What's it called? Now I'm gonna get to work and do the thing that I was gonna do. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me finish my drink. Oh yeah, some settings on this app may have resetted. Mostly not though. And basically, guys, you're probably wondering, how did I transfer and do every setting in one day? Because I only got this phone yesterday, right? But you're probably wondering, how did I transfer everything and all that in one day? Basically, let me tell you guys. What I did was on my iCloud account, right? And YouTube, not YouTube. iCloud gave me the email very late yesterday, because it was like, well, they gave me the email like probably 2 hours later, I think it was, or more. Basically, when it was nighttime, I set this phone up as soon as I came back home. I set this phone up with when it was evening, and now it's obviously still evening. It's evening, nice, like, wow, it's a nice blue color out there. Anyways, though, yeah, even the phone could see it. So yeah, color-wise, I'm hoping this phone could see things better than that, because, you know, even though there is one light scratch that I can't remove that's on the sapphire glass of the camera lens. Let me show you guys. Not sure if it's gonna pick up so well. The phone has to be charging though. You probably see on the sapphire glass. Yeah, and yeah. Also, speaking of that, next to that, there was the what's it called, the flash, right? And on the iPhone 6, if you take a look at the flash, the flash is only dual tone, yeah. But the one on here, quad tone. Quad tone doesn't make any shadows come, and it makes photos with people, like if you take like a flash picture of someone, it wouldn't look as bad. It wouldn't be so many. It would try to minimize shadows as it can. So that's the good thing. And I love the quad core processor, but I also like dual core, only if it's powerful though, because I know there's not so many powerful dual core processors out there. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this little whatever this thing is, this little pulley, like this thing. It's kind of like a heatsink. You just screw it on the hard drive and there you go. I like that. Only if it was like actual, because this is kind of like a paper kind of thing. What the hell? What the hell's going on? What is that magnetized to? What is a screw magnetized to? I don't get it. Is there something in the display that's magnetizing, or is it something in the That's really weird. Okay, the screw, I don't know what it is. It might be actually in the display itself. Oh, for God's sakes, where did that other screw go? I hate losing screws like this. Oh, don't say it's has fallen. I don't know what these screws. They are metal screws, obviously you can tell because they're magnetizing. But yeah, something has some sort of magnetic charge. It might be something in the display, or if not, it might be something on the trackpad. I remember it kind of was because there was the buttons on the trackpad that were kind of magnetic. I don't know why. Magnetic. Anyways, I have to eat my food because I've got quite a lot there. So let me just eat some food. It's gone a little bit cold, but it's fine. Lighting wise, what is the aperture of the camera? I'm probably going to think is 1.8, but 1.8? 1/8 of a second. Let me show you guys. Let me just do a little lighting test. Ready? Now on the phone I can't see that. What's in the shadow right there? I can't see that on the phone screen. But if I watch this back, I can see it. That's normally what the case is with the phone. But yeah. But yeah, you know, Harry Johns, what do they say? I don't know what that means. How is there like random people just joining? But I don't know what language they're saying. I just don't understand it. Alright. So I guess I'll put these screws on by hand because I don't have a screwdriver with. I'm just gonna have to put these on my other phone right now. It looks really funny though. Just the iPhone with screws on it. It's supposed to go this way because the SATA interface goes that way and it matches. So this is the hard drive. That's in my PC. The slow ass hard drive. But not that bad. It's not as bad as you guys think. So, 5400 RPM is pretty good. Not really, but I don't know why I said that. 5400 RPM really isn't that good. But yeah, it depends what read and write it is because oh shit. What part of that hit? Oh, that's fine. Wait, was that the fucking Apple logo? Almost, yeah. That fucking almost hit that fucking Apple logo on my phone. But yeah, speaking of my phone, this kind of dark mode color that's on my phone, jet black, I like it because just kind of sinks in with the dark, or camouflages with the dark, because it's just kind of made like that, and I really do like that feature. It's not really a feature, it's how the phone is, but obviously, if you're in the dark and you're trying to search for the phone and it's a black phone, you're not gonna even find it, because unless you have good vision, then you will find it. But of course, if you have terrible vision, then you will not find it, because the phone is so well hidden in the dark. It's crazy. It blends in even in plain sight, which is crazy. Alright, that screw's completely gone in just by hand. I did not use a screwdriver for that, and I don't have any off camera. I'm doing this all by hand. That's why I have to kind of hold the phone like this, because I'm trying to show you guys, but then shadows are coming in the way. So look, I'll show you guys right now. The screw goes in the hole like this. If it's gonna go straight in. Once it does go straight in though, you just do this. Yeah, I could feel the screw going tighter. Okay, now that screw is even fully gone in. Go horizontal. Now that screw is also gone fully on in. Now I need to do these other two sides. So this is gonna be this is easy stuff. But yeah, so when it comes to laptop hard drives, it's pretty much easy. Desktop hard drives though. Imagine if you could use desktop hard drives in a laptop. Obviously, you kind of can with adapters, but without adapters, I'm not exactly sure, because I'm not sure if it's going to even give the right amount of power. Because I know how power hungry those hard drives are. They need a lot of power to actually spin up and start reading and writing. But yeah, if that was a desktop though, it would do that. But because it's not, I'm not sure. It might. I'm not too sure because you know, I don't really have a desktop PC, and I don't quite know what parts it uses for the hard drive. I know it uses SATA interface, because obviously it's just right there. Besides that though, there might be like some brain or something that kind of has to, you know, in the actual, not in the SATA interface, but like in the kind of transfer of that kind of thing. So the main brain that actually might power the SATA interface might be it might have to confirm with the hard drive and see how much speed and shit it needs to actually power up and start doing things. But what's it called? You know, something like yeah, it might have like a brain that kind of, it's kind of like, yeah, basically a CPU that has to kind of read or kind of confirm with the hard drive, because there's little brains on the hard drive as well. Right now, all these screws are in there right now. I've done that all by hand, literally, not even joking. If the screws like this and they straight fucking hell, sorry about that. If they go straight in the thing, then yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do, if they kind of stick screws well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do them by hand. So now we go to the laptop. We take all the stuff off the laptop. This bottle's finished. Put this back because I only need to show my phone, and take everything else off. Now my room is tiny, so obviously I have to put something somewhere. So, you know, flip the I was gonna plan this to do yesterday, but what's it called? Now we just undo this screw, so we just do that by hand as well. The screw is start undoing, or turning the other way, because I kind of stripped it a lot. As you can probably see, it's turning into a literal circle in the Phillips screw hole. So makes sense why I had to kind of but yeah, it does come out though if you just spin it like that. Now with that screw out, take this out. That's the RAM I've currently got in there. They're both 8 gigs, by the way. 8 gigs, exact same speed. So if I show you guys, they're obviously both 4 gigs. I meant. If I said 8 gigs, I was probably meaning like total. But anyways, oh, for fuck's sake! Now two cables are attached against my leg. There we go. Now I'm just gonna. I like how that firmly plugs in. Nothing like my other charger. Alright. So what's it called? You know, read and write speeds? I mean they could be read and write, I don't know, but what I mean is the clock speed. So the clock speed right there. If the phone's gonna focus. I know our phones are like, they're not gonna focus sometimes. But that's all for the CPU. So if I zoom out a little bit, it will focus. There we go. You see that right there? Yeah. Is that the clock speed? Because if that is, I did the right job. And also, the same kind of model or the same kind of clock speed on the second one. So the one below it. Yeah. It's right there. It's just covered up with a sticker, but it's clearly visible. Same thing with the date on there as well. If you look at it, 9th of the 11th. F3, whatever that means. But they're both 9th of the 11th, so they're both the same date. And obviously both the same kind of clock speed as well. I'm just gonna assume that's clock speed. I'm not too sure because this one says 10600S. Now, to me, well, that's actually 10,600S. Yeah, that could be the clock speed, because normally it's supposed to say MHz, which means megahertz, but it doesn't say that. So I'm just gonna assume that this is a clock speed, because if it's RAM, it should literally just say by default the clock speed. Alright, let's plug in this hard drive, shall we? Because I tried a Toshiba hard drive. I know that works, and I know I only did that for booting purposes, because I wanted to know if that was actually my BIOS battery or my laptop. Now, the BIOS battery is not that hard to replace, depending on which laptop and what BIOS battery is, because really every laptop is different in their own way. Yeah, some have BIOS battery that's soldered onto the board, which mine has. With this laptop, some have one that's kind of like my PS2, where it's got like a wire, like it's got this heat shrink around the battery. It's got wire, and that wire plugs into the motherboard. Some of my systems have that, or some have that. So now this hard drive is in. I'm not gonna screw in that black screw yet. I'm just gonna have to leave it as is, because I want to know if this laptop is going to boot or what, because I would just want to get this done and over with, because I don't want to lose my data. I did a lot to Windows, so I want to know if it's going to boot or not. Let's go ahead and boot it. Let's turn on by this plug here. Crazy how it's still in there, but anyways, I am not using a battery, by the way. I'm running off desktop power, not desktop power. I'm using what's it called? What's the name? Using laptop power. What the fuck? Okay. It normally didn't say that, but okay. Okay, I think the RAM is saying that. So if I just quickly go into the BIOS, obviously F2 is not going to do anything. I just turn it off. Normally, if I turn it on and off a few times, it should recognize it, but it's not. No, and it's not. Okay, I think the hard drive is just corrupted. I think just not the entire hard drive, just the boot sequence of the hard drive is corrupted. You can probably hear the hard drive go deet. Look at this now. It's gonna boot up, but look what happens. As you can clearly see, the hard drive, I mean, it was trying to do something, but look now. Yeah, now my jet fan's got a full speed, because my APU is getting really hot. Let me just boot into the BIOS. Have some food whilst booting into the BIOS. Alright, good thing it knows the time. That's the time right there. That's the time up there. And I'm pointing the phone the wrong way, but anyways. Gonna say malicious code, but yeah, something like this, just for it to boot faster, I would disable. But for my safety and the laptop safety, I like to have it enabled. But I don't know. Probably hear the jet fan. It's running on the same APU as well. If it doesn't, what's it called? If it doesn't, boot drivers per window. Hold on, let me just go to Windows Boot Manager. That might work. Exit. Then we go to exit. Yeah, exit saving changes, and it's gonna say save changes and reset. And you basically click OK. Ready? Yeah, and you just press yeah. Now it's gonna restart. Hopefully it actually does something now. Come on. Where's my spinning dots? No way. Yes, I got spinning dots. Look. Fucking spinning dots. Let's fucking go. That's how you fix the issue. If your PC is not recognizing your hard drive or can't find it, just boot into the BIOS, right? Obviously make sure your connector and female port is clean. Boot into the BIOS and then just do that. Just switch around the configurations. Eventually Windows will see it. So now we're gonna screen turns on and off, and then yeah, stuff happens. But we'll have to see. Hopefully all my data is not gone. Hopefully nothing is wrong. Because I actually want this to work. Nope. It looks like this is proof right here. Look, the hard drive's still booting or loading. The screen is going to turn off. Look at this. The fan is off, which means the APU had its cooling. But look at this. The screen eventually is going to turn off, and also my arrow, if it's ever going to show. Last time it was very laggy. There it is. Look. Where's my arrow gone? Normally my arrow is really laggy on boot. Look at this. If I move it now. Look, it's lagging. My fucking arrow is lagging. So yeah. Very laggy arrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a right pain to do, go into Windows setup and do all this shit, but oh man, I really don't want Windows to do this. Anyways, I'm hoping it will just boot up and do its thing. I'm hoping it's gonna boot to the lock screen. Really, I'm hoping, because the only thing I did was restart my fucking PC because something asked me to restart. It wasn't a third party application. It was something that I tweaked on the boot thing. It was in last time I remember, it was in system configuration. I ticked maximum memory, and it obviously then it wrote down the memory of the RAM. Then when I went back onto it, it just had it as 256 kilobytes, which is not true. It was actually 8 gigabytes of RAM, or 4 and 4, basically 8 gigabytes. Okay, good thing that is still booting. Because I've seen on the web the reason why this problem happens, and it says that the processor, so like the GPU or the APU, it loses the connection with the screen, and then to refresh it, you have to hold the Windows key along with Control, and then along with Shift, along with B, all at the same time. Hold it down, and the screen will turn back on. As you can see, it's frozen. The dots are not spinning. That's something of that's not something that's not supposed to happen because my graphics are perfectly fine. The fan is off. It's part of the 64-bit system. It turns off the fan. That's why I love 64-bit systems. If I reinstall Windows though, I may not have this same version of Windows. I'm running on 21H1. That's my favorite version of Windows, but there's something about on this version of Windows that I just really love. I don't know what it is. There's something on the home screen. Oh, I see. Hold on. Put my nose here. Put the phone down. Oh, there we go. Look, screen fucking turned off. Look, I fucking kind of dropped the phone too on the PC. But anyways, yeah, look, screen turned off, and then look, all I have to do is hold Control, Shift, if it's gonna do anything. Yeah, Control. So Windows key, Control, Shift, and B. I'm holding Shift down with my arm right now, but the screen is not turned back on, so I have to kind of spam it. But basically, this hard drive, the reason it's corrupted is because additional wear and tear, and also because I defragged it quite a lot, and I also did other stuff to it. But other stuff that, won't damage the hard drive. The reason I always kept defragging it, though, because I wanted my performance. I wanted good performance. The screen did turn back on. So hold on a minute, guys. I need to mute my microphone. Oopsies, I forgot my microphone was muted. So stupid. I completely forgot my microphone was muted. Because obviously the screen turned off and on. But basically I was saying, right, that, what's it called? That showing my arrow and it's laggy. But basically I was saying, it's going to be a pain to run Windows setup and all that on this hard drive. Because look how laggy my arrow is, literally. Like I was saying, I was moving the trackpad and everything, I was moving it. But it's so laggy. Anyways, because of that distraction, I completely forgot about my microphone. It was muted. I thought my microphone was listening, but it wasn't. So, that's kind of my fault, but kind of this as well at the same time. But also because I'm eating, so I'm doing 3 things at once. It's not going to read it completely because obviously it's still booting. But man, this thing takes a while to boot. Yeah. Another thing I've got to do, I'm just going to hold it. Yeah, I did say though, the hard drive, literally when it goes to the lock screen, it probably on my disk drive spinning down. Basically when the thing goes into the lock screen, when it goes into the lock screen, basically the transition effect, I love it, because that's how you know it's SSD. With the hard drive, it would lag, like the transition effect would lag. Sometimes it wouldn't do the transition effect. It would just go straight into the lock screen or the home screen. Oh, there we go, my jet fan. You can probably hear my jet fan. I need to give it as most air as I can possible right now. I lift it away from my leg so it can have all the air it needs, because this APU, I like how the fan doesn't keep going full speed. It actually calms down too, which means that thermal paste is actually being really effective here. So we got all the stuff on the PC right here. We go to, now the fan's going full speed. As soon as I put it back on my leg, it goes full speed. I can't have the fan going full speed because I know that's when the APU's getting really hot. Could have it like this though. It's calming down right now. Where's it going? Fast BIOS mode. If I enable this, yeah, I like how this PC has that option, because some PCs don't have that option. But what I mean is some laptops do not have that option. So fast BIOS is now enabled. So this is what it means. It means that post time is reduced, which basically means that when the PC first boots up, it's going to be reduced, which means it will work faster. Time is reduced. Post time is not reduced. What? Legacy USB supported. So set AHCI. What is that? Not sure. Yeah, I wasn't just here for fast boot, but I was also here for the boot priority, because I wanna my DVD drive just boots up anyways, and I feel if that kind of makes it slower. So I'm just gonna leave that to disabled, because I don't really need my DVD drive, do I? Anyways, I go back, and then I go to, what is PXEOPROM? Can't do that. Okay, internal LAN enabled. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so basically, if your Wi-Fi drivers aren't working, then LAN capable, but obviously that's not really going to be. OS mode selection, yeah, UEFI and Legacy OS. Secure boot, I remember when I used to run the 32-bit, it would boot really quickly. That was because I had this enabled along with fast boot or fast BIOS mode. So look, I had fast BIOS enabled. Now I've got it enabled again. And I had secure boot enabled, and that's how you get, very fast boot time, which I like. I like that. So anyways, let's just do save changes or disk. I'm just gonna do exit saving changes. Now look at this. It turns the hard drive on faster. So wait, so post time is not reduced. That's not good then, is it? Yeah, that's not really that good then. because secure boot is kind of like, I guess it kind of searches and then yeah, but you know. But yeah, all throughout since I ever used this laptop, it was really fast. That's one thing I like about the 32-bit version, it's always fast. But anyways, this hard drive is now, if this freezes now, and if it turns off the screen, now that's it. That's literally it. I'm watching really closely. And I need to take a crab, but I'm eating food still. My god, I am really getting full. Just put the phone down for a minute. Just don't mind me, guys. Hold on. I honestly, I want winter time to finish quickly. Because I'm more of a summertime guy, you know? I like summertime more. You can probably hear my hard drive, guys. But you know the high-pitched sound that the hard drive is making right now? Basically the sound with the arm inside is moving. Yeah, the sound is making right now where it's loading. Oh, there we go, look, it froze. It fucking froze. If the screen turns off now, that's it. Windows setup. I'm launching Windows setup if this thing turns off. It shouldn't turn off, it should stay on. But if it turns off, that means it's probably a bad hard drive. Oh, blank screen, that's not good. The hard drive isn't telling the graphics properly what to do. Just supposed to say just boot Windows and show the graphics on the screen, but it's not. It's just forgetting. It's forgetting, man. Like what the hell? It's forgetting so much. The memory on that shit is so bad that it's turning. Like the screen just turns off. Completely turns off. The pixels turns off. The screen turns off. I know when this. See, look at that. Oh, Windows setup. Then I guess it is. Eventually it does turn back on, but it doesn't. The hard drive doesn't sound as busy. Like, come on, how busy can it really be? It's just loading Windows as normal. But this defectiveness only happened after restart. I don't know why. So restarting your PC as often as I do is not that good. Don't restart it too often as I do, because like people say it's good, but not all the time. Because stupid shit like this can happen, and I hate it. You bastard. Probably my jet fan. Where's it gone? Secure boot disabled. Yeah, my jet fan's literally gone crazy. You know when I first got this laptop though, like before I took this apart, there was barely any airflow. Obviously, as any laptop, I guess barely any airflow in the heatsink. The Toshiba laptop I've not taken apart, but I can already tell because there's barely any airflow and all the air I can feel is trapped in the fan. It's not supposed to be trapped. The fan's supposed to be sucking the air and ejecting it through the heatsink, but it's not doing that. So basically, where's it gone? Post time is reduced. Disable. Oh my god, I read it wrong. Never mind. I'm not gonna disable it, but I'm gonna keep it on. Maybe not though. If you want, like, I don't know, the hard drive to if you want the hard drive to what's it called? To actually boot a little normal, then disable fast BIOS. But I normally like to have it. Now it could just be the NX bit. This thing right there. It could be this that's allowing the specific version of Windows, which I'm keeping it on because I like it. I like having that one specific version of Windows, 21H1. Also because how the UI looks. Because maybe, I don't know, my Samsung laptop just told Windows to be like that. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to run Windows setup. First thing I need to do, though, is I need to, what's the thing called? I need to have this, I need to have the hard drive. It's going to be booting up now. Disk drive, it still boots up. The disk drive still boots up. I don't know why. Probably the jet fan. This is on boot up, by the way, but yeah, normally on boot up, the jet fan normally does not go full speed. It just goes full speed now because I was just on the BIOS settings. I'm not sure why it does that. Why does it go that hot anyways? It's just, the CPU, the APU is only displaying a low resolution. It's already going full speed for no reason. I don't know why. Okay, let's eat my food because I wasn't even finished. I hate it when it's cold, but it takes time to do things. I can't do all this live stream within a minute. It's just not possible. Sometimes food has to go cold. If I have to do this, but yeah. There are special stuff out there made for keeping the heat trapped in the food, to keep all the food warm, which I like. Well, warm and soft. Well, obviously, yeah. That heat that the food is basically dissipating is gets trapped, and then it makes the food become soft, warm and soft, and a bit moisturized too. Well, but wet. There we go, there's your proof. Oh, the screen is turned off because if I look, it's off. Why is the phone out of focus? The screen is literally off. Eventually, it's going to turn it back on, but sometimes it doesn't. There was one time where it just didn't even turn it back on, and then the PC just fell asleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install, I'm going to go back in the Windows 10 setup. And I am literally going to, yeah, having fast BIOS is really good though. Good for boot time, but I'm not sure if it changes the version of Windows. I don't want it to. The fan is completely turned off because the APU god is cooling, which is really good. But I remember when this laptop had the smash screen, I think it was. And obviously there was the other disk in the disk drive. It wasn't this game. It was not this game. Obviously this no hard drive. I think there was RAM. Otherwise, if there was no RAM, the screen wouldn't turn on. But yeah. So the hard drive, there was a hard drive, There was no hard drive, sorry. There was only just RAM, I think. And then the fan would always go full speed for some reason. Then I'll barely ever feel any airflow. But obviously nowadays, since I've tweaked that a lot now the fan actually fully turns off. And obviously it's just way better, you know? Like that, like there's way more airflow I could just feel that's being ejected. And I like that, because that's so the APU gets cooled properly. That's what it's made for. It doesn't, because this laptop was 9 years old when I got it, so now it's almost 10 years old, basically almost a decade. But hey, this laptop still performs amazingly. The hard drive is still the original hard drive, which is still crazy, but the hard drive is showing signs it's failing, because I've used this hard drive in a different laptop, or my Dell laptop. That's really it. That's really the only laptop I use. That's really the only other laptop I use this hard drive in. Besides that though, when I went back to this laptop though, when I went to this laptop, I took this hard drive in there, because I know this hard drive was, this is the original hard drive that was in this laptop, and the same thing with the RAM. The RAM was also the original. It was only with 6 gigabytes of RAM, so I swapped it over to 8 gigs. Hold on a minute though. That I only just realized the 6 gigabytes of RAM was, that makes more sense. That was a higher clock though. I will see if I can get 16 gigabytes of RAM in that same clock, or even higher. If that's only if the motherboard supports it, but obviously it probably doesn't. But it's good that the motherboard does support lower clocked RAM, because you know, this other RAM though, there's only this one other RAM stick that's different. But yeah, everything else besides the RAM is all original. The screen is not though. Everything else besides the RAM and the screen is all original. Nothing else in this laptop has ever been replaced. The battery though is also original, so that's really good. I mean, it is showing signs of degrading, so I will need a new battery soon, because right now, if I show you guys, look at this. Running on desktop or home power, look at this shit. Look at that shit, guys. No battery in the laptop, but somehow it's still doing things. But yeah, this laptop is basically, yeah, not good. Well, not the laptop, the hard drive, but yeah, it's crazy how they both use A10 chips, but of different companies. Because this chip in the phone right now is Apple A10, but the chip in this laptop, oh there we go. Yeah, this is basically what it would do. It would fall asleep like that, but in the laptop is AMD A10. Basically, it would fall asleep like that. Then I'll turn it on. Right, look at this. It doesn't even turn on the screen. It carries on doing what the hard drive's doing, just being on lock screen. So, screen is not turned on. This is basically what it did the other day. And the hard drive wasn't doing much. So yeah, nothing wrong with the RAM. It's just the hard drive, I guess. Just Windows being a bit defective. So what I'm going to do, right, since hard drive or Windows is not being good, I'm going to run Windows setup. I might, in fact, however, use this hard drive for other stuff. Maybe even for another gaming console. Because hard drive is still good enough for that stuff. But it's failing for a laptop. Maybe, I'm hoping it's just a defective version of Windows. Maybe the hard drive itself isn't that bad. But the hard drive does make a weird sound when it's literally almost fully done. Like, literally the last part of it spinning. I could just hear it. Like, when it's literally at the last part of spinning, I could just hear it just make a weird sound. Kind of like a rubbing sound. Looks like the parts and the mechanical parts are rubbing. It's like, so it sounds like there's something wrong with the hard drive motor. It makes like a weird sound. I don't know. I'll let you guys like listen to it, and then you guys see what I'm talking about. But basically, I'm not sure if it's one of those hard drives where it's old style where the heads are on the disk all the time, and they don't go off. Because I know those hard drive, the heads go off the disk because I could physically hear it. But yeah, I have a feeling it could just be the motor itself just doing that. So, because obviously the oil does dry up the lubricant. But yeah, if you take a close listen, how much percent is the phone charged? Hold on. Yeah, 21%. Okay, hold on. I will now turn it off. So, like this. I do have an audio recording of it too. And that's literally the noise the hard drive makes. So don't mind the little squeaky sound. That's just the power. But the sound that you just heard, that went, that's what I'm talking about. That sound it makes. Now I'm gonna let you have another listen. So this time, if I disconnect the power from the desktop, or not desktop, laptop. Ready? The disk drive spinning down. That was literally the noise. I'm hoping my phone picked that up. I'm pretty sure it did. Connect it back to desktop power. Alright. I keep saying desktop power, but what I mean is a laptop charger. I like how even the microphone is just in there, in the phone as well. Just really, it can listen really nicely. Right, hold on, let me check my settings too while I'm here. How do you check the settings again? I forgot how to do it. Alright, never mind. Disconnect protection, is that on? Oh, it's on. Nice. If I go to streaming, if I go to... Yeah, audio quality is on low. Camera settings. What have we got here? Continuous whoa. Continuous exposure or continuous autofocus. Yeah, I need to have that on. What if I just have it to manual? Can I have it on manual? Because I like it when it's on manual. Preview mode resize with aspect filled. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Right. Okay, hopefully you guys will still hear me, but anyways, yeah. Basically this hard drive is pretty much shit. I don't need it anymore. Yeah, I was checking the settings on my phone, because when I transferred everything over, or when I backed up my iCloud account from my other phone, signed into it on this phone. Now I'm using this as my main phone now. So I still use that as my main phone, but only for like temporarily, only for like school. But I might start using this because I know this phone is better. It's also louder, which I like that, because the other phone, the speaker wasn't so loud. So the iPhone, obviously the louder the speaker, which I like what Apple do. And you can make the speaker really quiet as well, which goes a little bit, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it does go quieter than my iPhone 6s, which is nice as well. You know, it goes louder and it goes quiet. So I'm gonna get my Windows 10 setup hard drive, because this hard drive is no longer good to me. So I'm gonna now turn off the thing. So this hard drive is pretty much garbage for me now. For booting it, yeah. Booting Windows 10 is not a good thing to do on this thing, but this hard drive pretty much is failing. Is it off? Yeah, it's off. Okay, good. I can do that. So now it's safe to touch all these connectors, because if I touch these connectors while it's plugged in and it's live, I might get a shock. You never know. 19 volts is still there's still a lot of volts. You know, there's still a lot of current and power, which you just shouldn't be touching. But anyways, we pull out the hard drive of this like nice heatsink enclosure thingy. It's in. Let's see if the RAM got hot. Did the RAM get hot? Obviously it did, obviously. But the RAM clock speed, it's a little slower, but I don't know. I like how it booted everything really quickly though. So this is the original hard drive. Let's just put it there. It's pretty warm. Obviously what do you expect? This is the official original hard drive. I'm going to keep the laptop like this. So I'm going to have the RAM exposed and everything. But I do like the RAM chips though. They're really nice though. They're both 4 gigs. I will look for one that is... So one stick is 8 gig and the other stick is 8 gig. Put it both in. Total 16 gigs makes sense. Because 8 and 8 is 16. So you calculate it and then you put it in. And then you get your performance. And honestly, the performance is crazy. With more RAM you have. Obviously 16 gigs for me on a laptop is fine. Even on a desktop is fine too. There's not really much of a need for 32 gigabytes of RAM. I'm fine with 16 gigabytes of RAM on anything. But it depends what the system is. But yeah. So that's going to be that. This hard drive is no longer going to be in my Windows system. Because it still has all the data on it. But you know, Windows 10 is it can't boot properly. Now it's nothing to do with my driver. It may look like that, but it's nothing to do with any. There's no faulty component or anything. Because if that was the case, it would do the same thing with a Toshiba hard drive. But I tested it with a Toshiba hard drive. It booted perfectly fine. It did change resolution. That was just because, you know. But yeah, besides that though, it booted fine. It booted really quickly actually. Because the hard drive wasn't so faulty. The more the faulty the hard drive is, the worse that it will boot Windows. So it will boot Windows slower. You know, it would load a little bit slower. But yeah, so I'm gonna be running that other hard drive now. I don't know if I should use this hard drive for PS4 or anything. Or PS3. Something like Windows. I don't think I should use it. But yeah, if it's something like what? Like Xbox 360, that's fine. Or like PS3 fat, I don't quite know. But I will like to fit an SSD in all of my systems, and it should be that one specific SSD. But one SSD, that's really good. Now I would like to buy 3-4 versions of the Samsung SSD. 3-4 like memory, like 3-4 like, how do I say? I don't quite know how to say it, but like 3-4 like thing for 3-4 the quantity should be 4, 3 or 4. Knock this over. Didn't mean to though. Oh man. Yeah, so for all of my systems, for all my game consoles that I need, depends on the Samsung RAM. Could buy the Samsung Evo for one of them. Samsung Evo. Obviously, I need one with performance because it's, you know, Samsung. I think it's Samsung Evo, which is the one with the performance. It might be the Cuvo or the Evo. I forgot which one. Last time I checked, but you know, basically, the Samsung Evo is that one should go on my PS4, and then for like say I don't know, let's have Samsung Cuvo, but that's probably gonna go. If it's on the game console side, I'd probably say PS3 maybe, or Xbox 360. I'm still thinking actually. Xbox 360 or PS3. I'll probably say not much of an. I don't really play PS3 that much, so I'll probably say Xbox 360. Because that's Xbox 360 to me is a lot like a PC. That's one from 2008. A PC that's from 2008 is pretty good, because you know, it's got this performance. Plus, it is from 2008, but that's still pretty old. That's older than all of my laptops here. So, you know, obviously 2008, Windows 7 wasn't even out back then. It was still Windows Vista. That was literally the last year of Windows Vista, and then in 2009, Microsoft made Windows 7. I did like Vista though; it was really good. Well, I've only seen it on YouTube. I don't think I've ever used the software before, but I've used Windows 7. Quite a lot of people had Windows 7 on their PCs or laptops. and it actually, loaded it and stuff fine. Even people nowadays people still have Windows 7. It's crazy. So if you guys did enjoy today's stream, you know what to do. I might make a part 2 in a minute, but I need to finish my food, because if I keep talking like this, well, no, if I just keep talking, my food's gonna go like really crumbly. Not like crumbly, but it's gonna go really hard, and I don't want that to happen. I want it to stay soft. I want to keep eating it. I might need to go for a crab in a minute, so I might take time, but it's eating so much food because I'm getting so much food. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, that is that. My next stream is gonna be in just a few minutes. Just give me, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. If not in a few minutes, then it may be tomorrow. I will have to kind of thing, because I'm dealing with a lot of other stuff right now. Not so much, but just some other stuff. One of them is my phone screen replacement. A few of them I'm not gonna mention, but basically, yeah. So, if I'm busy with everything else, then but I need to get the screen replacement for my phone, because that's pretty important for me, because I'm gonna use this phone in the future, and I need a good working screen. Obviously, if anyone gives me a fully working screen, that's fine, because even if I don't have a screen protector, I will still use the screen. I'll still use the phone with that same screen protector. Ages later, years later, I'll still have it in the same condition. I would not drop the phone or do anything like that, because I'm not that kind of person that drops their phone. I'm not that dramatic, but what's it called? I have a firm grip with my phone, because though. My phone's in my pocket. Sometimes if it does fall, it falls because it's in my pocket. But not really, when I'm changing for PE sometimes, after wearing my PE uniform or outfit as well, my phone is in my pocket of my trousers. When I'm not wearing the trousers, that's only then. That's when my phone falls. Only sometimes, or very, very few. My iPhone 6s, obviously, but obviously because it's such a short distance, literally probably about this high. So it'll drop from this high literally to the floor. It sounds pretty loud, but when I look at the phone, the phone's okay. There's no cracks or anything. So, thank God for that. Literally, but yeah. So my phone, pretty much, has got dropped, but every time when it's in my hand, I never let go of it. But there are some times though when only happens when I'm in bed, basically. So when I'm in bed just watching YouTube, I hold my phone like kind of only by 2 fingers to kind of balance it like this. Yeah, I hold the phone like that, but only on this here. So like this. I hold the phone like that. I'm literally on this end here, and then basically, the phone will sometimes maneuver like to my face or there, and then the phone will just fall on my chest, and then obviously I'll pick it back up. But there's not been one incident or anything like that. One case where I was holding the phone and I was standing and the phone fell from my hands completely. So that's good. But obviously, other people are not really the same. They're not like me. They will obviously drop their phone. But me and one other guy, me and him just keep the phone out. We have a firm grip against our hand and the phone. Oh, let's say and we hold it really firmly. But yeah. So with this phone, I'm gonna get a nice replacement screen. I did find one on eBay. Now, my friend told me earlier on, don't get screens from eBay, get them from Amazon. But I did see one YouTube video where this guy said Amazon screens are not the best. So I don't know what to say. I need a screen that's kind of like power efficient, but yeah, it's basically power efficient, but that could also have great performance, because with more power efficiency also comes a performance sometimes. Most of the time, that is. So the more power you save, the more performance you have, because obviously it's got less to load, so better, right? There's less load on the phone. There's less of a load on the phone. Anyways, or the phone or anything else. Anyways, I'm gonna probably go for now. I might run a Windows setup might even run it right now. I don't know. It's I wanna wake up tomorrow and do it, but see, I like to do it in the morning. I normally don't do it at night. That's my preferences, because every single time I installed Windows, it was literally always in the morning. It was always daytime. That's all I'm saying. It was always daytime. But yeah, there was one time where obviously resetting Windows is kind of like reinstalling, but that was my first time doing it. So, but besides from that though, I've always resetted Windows in the morning. I was always resetting it in the morning. Basically what I mean is always resetting Windows in daylight. Yeah? I never do it at evening or nighttime. If the setup does take that long, then that's just because the hard drive is really slow. But if it's a SSD, it wouldn't take that long. It'd only take about a minute or two, because SSD solid state. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the hard drive out of the original PS4 caddy enclosure. Gonna now eat my burger, because I've only taken like a bite out of it, and I need to complete it. I need to finish it, because I actually want to just finish this burger. I need to put this hard drive away though. Hard drives away from food, bro. Anyways, but yeah, what's it called though? I can just see my extender is really busy. I need to finish my food, but at the same time, I kind of need a crab. Hold on. You can probably even see my heatsink. But anyways. Currently in this phone, there is no SIM card yet. We might get my own SIM card in this phone. I might transfer it over to this phone. It's really, really easy process. Or we could just buy a new SIM card. It's gonna be way harder again, but oh well. But I might start using this phone as my main phone. Definitely use it for YouTube 100%, because I love the stereo. The sound doesn't only just come out the main speaker, but it also comes out the phone speaker, which is also crazy. Wow, who'd ever knew? I only knew that when I first got the phone. But when it was in those phone testing stands, I don't really have enough time then to really hear the feature, so I didn't really know. But now obviously I know. I have way more knowledge. You see, if you give me more time, at least a day with someone else's phone, I can learn a lot from it. Yeah, so this burger is so good though. Since I've got this laptop open anyways and it's upside down, may as well do the install. Might do it in front of you guys, depending on what the title of the stream is. Yeah, might do it. I don't know. I'm planning to maybe do it right now, or in a few minutes, or tomorrow. But I don't know. The fact that it's not late. The fact that I went to school today, I'm really tired, and the fact that it's really cold, because it's been cold all day, ever since this morning. Oh my god. So, I'm just gonna wake up fresh tomorrow. Just do it then. So why not? Yeah. So that is gonna be that. What is? Oh wait. Actually, is that another crack on my phone? It kind of just looked 3D though. But I don't know if that's another crack. Maybe. But I'm not too sure. That was there already, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. But yeah, man, this glass on this phone is not in the best condition. Not even next to the home button is obviously, but the glass next to the home button is not for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what happens if you drop your phone too much. But yeah, you know, even it's even got a good selfie camera. I like it. Selfie camera is amazing. I can take really good selfies with it because it's more pixels. It just looks more HD. I like it. But the only issue is I can't properly watch YouTube videos with subtitles enabled because, as you guys know, the screen is slowly fixing itself, but not completely. So sometimes kind of pixels move around, they kind of repair themselves. But the reason that you get that you get the black shit around the cracks on the screen, it's literally just because there's air coming into the actual thing itself. That's literally why. But if there's no damage done to the actual LCD and the screen is just cracked, I'm fine with that because, you know. But obviously, if the actual if the actual LCD is damaged itself, which it is, then obviously you would need a new screen. But I mean, it's still working, so you know. But I'm only using this temporarily because you know, I really do love this phone. It was a great phone. Got it for cheap anyway. But yeah. So, yeah, I'm thinking what I could do. Yeah, so when I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to take out the casing around this hard drive. It's going to heatsink. The casing around this hard drive. Transfer it over to the new hard drive. And then just slide it back into my laptop. And then just remember, when I wake up tomorrow, that I need to get my Windows setup thing. Put it on the laptop and then install Windows all over again. Which I really hate because I don't know, I hate reinstalling Windows because it's just such a pain. When you go back into Windows, it's such a pain. Like my account stuff, all of it's gone. Nothing was backed up. Everything is just gone. I wish something was, or even some things were backed up, so it was less of a stress for me. But no, it was a lot of stress for me because all the things I did on this Windows hard drive, you don't know how much time and days and effort that took. I had games and everything on this hard drive. Then Windows just decides to do this. But I love this version of Windows. I really do. But now that Windows is doing this, I don't know. But I still love Windows, man. I like this version of Windows because it's just, I don't know what it is about it. It's just, I love it. It's obviously because it's 21H1, obviously, but I still like it. But anyways, yeah, I might do it on stream actually. All I have to do is unscrew the screws by hand. There we go, coming out. Now all the screws are out. We can take the hard drive out of the case. There we go. That's the hard drive out of the case. So pretty much you can kind of see the kind of imprints of the back of the hard drive, because it was just in this position. It was in this kind of position for so long, and it's been generating a lot of heat and load over time. And, you know, that's what kind of caused the hard drive to be so shitty and slow. So yeah, that's the hard drive. Now I could do something with that hard drive later. I don't know though. Now I get the other hard drive, and I basically unscrew both screws by hand. This might be a little harder, but I'll have to see. Oh fuck, we need the screwdriver. Ah fuck, man. Yeah, we literally need a fucking screwdriver. I will be right back. Because the screws are so harder to undo on this thing. Crazy. Right, I just went and unscrewed this hard drive a little bit while I was out there. I'm going to show you guys with a selfie camera. I just call it a selfie camera because, you know, don't know what else to call it. Basically it was this. Let me screw back in, right, look at this. So I got the screwdriver and I only did this. I only did this, look. Then I came here. So that's basically what happened. We basically get the hard drive. Take out the screw. Then we do it the same with the screw on this side. You can probably hear it. I'm not sure if you could though. There we go. Now the hard drive could come out of the enclosure, just like this. You basically slide the enclosure. Oh my god! You slide back the enclosure and fucking hell! Look at this. Look at this shit. As soon as I pull it out, there's dust bunnies here too. Not sure what I'm gonna do about that. What does it smell like? Yep, it smells like dust bunnies. PS4 dust bunnies. You could literally see that though. This is why dust is a massive issue sometimes, because it can cause airflow issues for the hard drive. Even the hard drive itself. Actually, I need to clean that dust off. But this hard drive though does work, but just nothing comes up on Windows, so I'm not sure. Now this is a Chinese hard drive, it's just made in China, but I'm only going to use this temporarily. This does have PS4 content on it, but I'm going to wipe the PS4 content, and I'm literally going to put Windows instead, because obviously you know me, I love Windows, so I'm going to put Windows on there instead. Because Windows has a thing called Windows Setup, and with the Windows System 32 files you can do a lot. So I'm just removing, hold on, probably going to do it off camera, it's easier for me. A lot of dust coming in the tissue. Just wiping down the hard drive. Obviously later on I'm going to wipe all the data off, maybe later on or tomorrow, I don't know when. What I could do for deeper cleaning, I could remove this board and clean the board. The hard drive just needs a nice clean, that's all. Because I'm going to use it for my stuff. So I thought, why not clean it? So it's got... Okay. Those screws are a little bit harder to tackle, but basically, they're not the same Phillips head. But I'll see if I can undo one. No, can't. Okay. Right, I'll have to do that later. phone starts sliding because the phone is slippery, but it's not glass back, it's metal. Probably keep this on. But anyways, now that the hard drive is nice and clean, it's not dusty anymore as it was just then. Gave it a nice quick wipe down. You need to wipe down the hard drive because if you want it to have good performance, you need to have it clean. Obviously, that's what I did then. You know. So power, we clean the power. Then we also clean the data. There we go. The SATA connection is nice and clean. Did you take a look? The SATA connection is really nice and clean now. So now I can go ahead and slide it into my laptop. I'm going to boot it up. Obviously, I know what it's going to say. So, got to put it in its enclosure. New enclosure. Look at this, guys. Look. It's going to be the hard drive. It's the exact same shape on the back, though. Look. Exact same shape. Just like the other hard drive. So obviously it's going to have the exact same shape because obviously it is kind of the exact same hard drive, just in a little bit different form. Obviously this is a PS4 hard drive, remember that. So I'm using a PS4 hard drive and a laptop. So we get one of the screws, if I can even reach for any. Got 3 screws in one hand. Right. Let's screw this on in a way that it will cool properly. Because right now I'm thinking okay, now I'm just going to be realigning this. So if I have it like this, yeah, it should be able to cool if I have it like this, though I don't know which way I should have it. So if I have it like this, there's going to be air coming through like this. Yeah? Then if I have it like this, like all flat, I don't know which way I should have it. I don't know which is going to make it cool the best. I think maybe something like this, maybe. I'm thinking it might. Hoping the hard drive doesn't get too hot though. Because if it does, then I could always just readjust it. That's no big problem. Just screw it on like this then. Which is still quite good. Hold on, does that make contact with this? Not really, no. So if it doesn't, then that's fine. All we need is airflow anyways. Same thing with the back as well. We need to make sure the back is also getting airflow. Okay. And last thing with this bit too. So now it's going to be in a type of way where the hard drive is getting cooled as well. Yeah? So I know, that jet fan should be also cooling other components. Because that's just how the airflow should just be, Right. There we go. Just going to clean a little bit more dust off it. Just so it's a little bit better. Just so it improves the airflow. Or not the airflow, the performance. I like how clean it looks now. The more cleaner the hard drive looks and bees, the better for the performance, you see? So, now when I put this hard drive back in, okay. Right, ready? I'm going to put this hard drive back in. Hold on, one thing I do before I do that, tissue gun. Is this the tissue I was just using? Just clean the little spindle. It's the little dot in the middle of the hard drive where the disk is. This thing here. That little dot there, yeah? In the middle of the disk. Right there. That center part that has to be clean as well. So, I'm doing it in a type of configuration where even the hard drive is cooled as well. But even though it's not going to be so much hot air, but still. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. There we go. The hard drive now successfully in. Yeah. Now I'll show you guys the hard drive is secure. It's in. It's not showing any SATA or anything like that. If it's completely sealed and hided it, then it's fully in. Now I need to get cover, which just goes on. It just goes above. Basically covers the pieces, so then if you touch them, it doesn't shock anything. Remember, this is loads of voltage, so it may do something. You never know, guys. You never know. Then we get my screw, and we screw the thing in, only with a screwdriver though. There we go. Now it's successfully screwed in. Now I know what it's gonna say when I turn on the PC, but I just want to know what happens. I've just never did this before to this PC. I've never swapped out the hard drive. I know I did hard drive swap before. Probably saying, what was my first ever hard drive swap? It was the PS4, because the PS4 hard drive, I wanted to swap it, so did it. Here we go. We got power. Now let's see what happens when I turn it on. Yeah, it makes a little buzzing sound, obviously. We do have things loading. Imagine now if it boots up with PS4. It's not going to do it though. Yeah? Let's turn it off as well. If I were to just spin down, hear this. It just goes. If I just. That's fine. I'll turn off the charger just for now. Have it out for now. But like if I show you guys, look, ready? If I put the phone close to the thing. You probably see this does it way faster. Like. And then when I turn off the hard drive, or when I turn off the PC, by the plug, it does this. basically what it does. I don't know if I showed you guys my other hard drive sound, but basically the other one makes a weird sound that's shut down. But yeah, where's the other hard drive gone? So I got to screw that other hard drive back in the dusty enclosure right there. So I'm gonna do that right now. Get my tissue and obviously remove all the dust. We don't need that dust. Because this is what happens if you don't take care. This is why you should take care. Even if you're not into IT and taking care, you should still be taking care and dusting off your items, because always it's still a good thing to do. Dusting off items is I still do it because what's it called? It's recommended. That's all I'm gonna say. Now my hands smell like the dust. Now we get the clean hard drive. We put it in here. We could boot PS4 software on here, but there's no need to. So just slide it in the enclosure. Slides in. We get the screw. We get one screw. Screw it in my hand first. No, it's not screwing in properly because it's not straight. Need to make it straight first. Push the hard drive forward a little bit. Like that. Hoping that it would just go in. Because the more straight you make it, the better. There we go. That other one, screw in my hand as well. Yeah, screwing in the screw by hand is pretty good. So that's not good. So I really don't want to waste time right now, but this hard drive is making me wasting time. We just screw it in center. Hoping the screw just goes straight in, because that's just what I wanted to do. There we go. Oh no. Keeps falling back out. I hate that. Will it stay? Yeah, it stays. There we go. Okay. Now I'm just going to screw the hard drive in. I'm going to swap the camera. This is how you do it. The hard drive screws right now pretty loose. Probably see. And I'm just going to just screw this in on the side. This side one is really easy. So there we go. And now we get this screw here, which took me so much time to put in, and screw that in too. There we go. This is balanced enough for the hard drive. You don't need anything else. All you need is 2 screws to hold in the hard drive, or even 3, if you want to make it more stable. If you want to make it a stablest, then 4 screws, because this is originally supposed to have 4 screws, but I guess it didn't. So I guess it doesn't. So now the hard drive's in there, in the inclusion. I could just put the hard drive in there, and now I can just work on this boot drive here. But yeah, all it needs is Windows. Just install Windows on there, and there we go. It'll boot up fine. I'm hoping it'll boot fast. Because if it doesn't boot that fast, then yeah. But I'm just, what's it called? I really wanted to boot fast. Because I just do. Anyways, I'll be right back again. Alright. That's going to be it for the day. If you did, oh my god, my phone's getting really warm. If you did, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.